This is another podcast episode brought to you by your boy Oliver. Most people call me the coach. Today, we got a treat for you. I've traveled way to the coastline of McDonough, Georgia. For those who don't know where that's at, 75 South, keep going till they hit the traffic and then think about what you're going to do. But more importantly, let me tell you who I got with me today. I got the one and only Tara Taylor, and then help me say it with your chest, Ray Taylor. Say hello to the audience, y'all.
How y'all doing?
Now, don't let them act like they're kind of humble and recessed. We're at their personal residence, one of many, of course, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to retire in your early 50s. Now, that's a serious subject.
Absolutely.
Now, we're not talking about how to do it. You actually done it. Collectively, y'all came together, y'all came up with a strategy and a plan to be able to say, you know what, enough of the hustle and bustle. We want to enjoy life. How did y'all come about doing this so early in life?
Actually, I just kind of sat down and just kind of figured out how much would it take for us to actually retire comfortably and live the lifestyle that we have today.
Gotcha.
And once I sat down, thought about it, did the figures, then I actually went and sat with you, and you just reaffirmed what I was talking about. And then once we left your house, actually within a month, we started the process for him to retire.
Nice.
I was already retired. I've been retired almost 13 years. So
you know, some people say retire, but they still out there doing things. But you're saying enough is enough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was enough. It was retirement. It's time for Tara to live her best life. So
And then you brought Ray on in, like, yo, Ray, look what I'm doing over here. I'm chilling like a villain. Do you want a little bit of this? How did that turn out for you, Ray?
You know, we made a couple moves from one residence to this residence together, and talked to you, you know, did a few things, and my job, I was at the post office about 27 years. It was time to go. Once we made that decision, my baby did the figure.
Rest is history.
it did. Let's do it.
You know, a lot of people are struggling in their mid-50s because maybe they didn't prepare themselves or didn't have the capacity to say, okay, how do I want my life to live? But, I mean, look at the background of your beautiful home. I mean, and I look at it like this. You go from a house. You bought a house.
That's right.
You made it a home. Now there's like an oasis.
Right.
So a lot of folks keep thinking about where they're going to move when they're 50 and 60. I think y'all made the decision to say, you know what? We ain't going nowhere. We're going to take what we got, what God blessed us with, and we're going to improve it. So when you begin to modify this big oasis here, what was the concept?
Well, actually, we're travelers. So, you know, we like to go to Mexico, Jamaica, Miami. It doesn't matter. You know, this is what we do. We try to do at least every month. We try to go somewhere.
Hold on. Not every year?
No, like every month.
Every month.
We try to go.
This is getting serious, y'all.
We try to go somewhere. And so my mindset was, hey, let's bring a little bit of everything that we went and visited, and let's bring it to the backyard.
Nice.
So that when we're not traveling, we have the areas that we love to enjoy right here for us.
So you've made home Dubai South.
And there you go. I like Dubai.
Dubai South.
Dubai South on rocks.
On rocks. And you know, it's like you imported all the trees and the ambiances. But you know, I was talking to somebody recently and I said, you know what? And I call you my sis at times. I call you my brother. I said, they did most of the work themselves.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, people are like, well, I can't do all of that. When you put your mind to it and you got this thing called time, you can actually put some backbone into it. So tell me about how you went about doing this collectively and actually put all this together.
It was kind of like piece by piece, but her mindset is just ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Where just former job, she was a
civil engineer. Yes.
You know, we figured out like, hey, babe, we can do this, and she's like doing the figures. We need this many brick, and then we ordered the stuff, and then it was like, well, we can try to do it ourselves.
That's right.
And if we mess up, we'll get somebody else in there to do it, but we haven't messed up yet.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
So in other words, when people like get to that part where they're about to retire, you could cut a lot of costs out from the contracting part if you could just use the time and do it yourself.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because really what you're paying for when you do projects anyway is labor, because the material really doesn't cost that much. So you're paying for people's time and their energy. So if you invest your own time and energy into it, you definitely, you cut the cost for about 80%.
Nice.
80%, yes.
80% cost savings when you're willing to do some work.
Absolutely.
My goodness. Now, you know what I like about y'all, I pretty much love about y'all? Y'all family oriented. Y'all believe in the unity, and I'm gonna start backwards and and go forward.
Okay.
I always watch your posts when you talk about those who are no longer here.
Oh,
You
yes.
still always recognize that. How do you carry such a love for those who also transitioned?
Well, for me, it's because, they just meant so much to me when they was here on Earth.
Okay.
And actually, losing them is the reason why me and this man here, we've decided we don't live for the future anymore. We live for today.
Nice.
We've also learned, because like I lost my best friend and she was like 40 something.
Mm-hmm.
And we just learned also, well, when we die, we're going to die zero balance.
Oh, nice.
So I always talk that zero balance. So for me, I just like to keep them, in the forefront, because that right there keeps us focused and us continuing to live our life for today and not for tomorrow,
Sure.
based off of the loss. How about you, love?
I mean, with all of my losses, it's like, I take a piece of everybody that I lost, and just to carry it.
I cried, right.
A lot of things I lost. Learned from my father, my sister, sure, her best friend, which is also my best friend.
Gotcha.
We just like to keep it in the forefront and, just live with it. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the focus then. The focus is
Yes.
not forgetting, always remembering, but be present.
Got to be present, because, it's our life now.
That's right.
And I'm a firm believer, because like all of them, they thought tomorrow was promised. And it wasn't promised. So when they left, they may have left this here or may not have left nothing at all.
Sure.
But either way it went, when you're gone, you're gone. You don't get time back. Death is permanent.
Ooh.
And all this materialistic things and money, you never see a money truck following behind the hearse.
That's true. I've heard that
You see
before.
what I'm saying?
I heard that
You see
before.
it following behind the hearse, and your family ain't gonna let you bury millions or thousands of
That's
dollars.
right. They're gonna access that immediately.
That money. So at the end of the day, it's like, if you're gonna work your whole life,
Nice.
if you're able to retire at an earlier age, where you can enjoy it, where you're still healthy, your mind, your body, and your soul, why not do it?
Why not do it?
Because if we want to be greedy and continue to work, to get the money, which money's always great, but who's to say in 10 years we would have be here to enjoy the fruits of our labor?
And you say that talking about the 10 years and the fruits of the labor.
That's right.
You're both retired military.
Yes, yes.
You're a combat veteran, and you're the disabled veteran.
That's right.
Retired.
Yes.
And the key to it is that I heard Warren Buffett say one day, he says, what's the difference between a regular person and a wealthy person? He said, the only difference is that when you travel, the wealthy person, when they travel, they get the better plane rides and they get the better stays. But when they come back home, they use the same toilet paper, same electricity, same everything. So he's been in this house for 40 years and he didn't change after he become this super billionaire. But that adaptation that y'all taking in to be able to live a life right now, to be able to say, you know what, baby, let's go do this.
Yeah.
Let's go do that without the worry.
That's
But
right.
folks don't know. Y'all put in the work. You served your country on top of that, too.
Absolutely.
Tell us about your service to the country, if y'all don't mind sharing.
Well, I actually did 20 years in the Air Force. Like I said, operations manager in a civil engineer unit. So, office work. But then, during wartime, I actually did concrete and stuff. So that's where all this brick and all this laying concrete come from. And like I said, when I was in there, I had the pleasure of, going to school, getting my degrees and everything. And then it was just time for me to go at the 20-year mark. It was no need for me to stay past 20 because I was no longer working for TAR. Now I'm working for them.
That's right. That's true.
And so I just packed it up and
Called it quit.
yes, sir.
Now, hold on. Before we go to Ray, I'm going to stay here 1 second. You make 20 years seem like it was 2 years. If a black woman in the U.S. Armed Forces in the past
Right?
did 20 years, you had to put up with some things. It wasn't a cakewalk. Would you agree?
It wasn't a cakewalk. Especially for me being a girl from Jersey. I mean, my mindset, basic training didn't matter.
Right.
The street just couldn't come out.
Oh,
It took so long. So, I had to adapt.
So they couldn't wash and rinse.
They couldn't wash and rinse.
No way,
It took
no way.
years. It took me to have my son and actually have a focus.
Gotcha.
That made me change. And I do believe I was about 8 years in before that change actually really happened.
But you did make, you kind of grabbed some of the techniques and tools and used it for yourself.
Oh, yes, yes. And I will say this.
Go ahead.
I did not know how much the military had an effect on me until now.
So the back end became the benefits of the front end.
That's right. Absolutely.
And Ray, now, you know, when people talk about combat, they talk a lot of times from a distance. I was impressed with the fact that as a combat medic, you've seen some of the atrocities of war up front, and you're still able to adapt to the day. What was your mindset at the transition point to be able to deal with what you've seen and still be able to live the life you're living?
It was rough, man, but I just put stuff like in a mental Rolodex in the back of my mind.
Okay.
Just keep moving, man. But a lot of the big reason why it helped me when I got out, I just played it in my mind. Like when we went to school, it was this a period called moulage. You know, they paint the wounds,
Sure.
the victims, and you go down and you treat.
Sure.
So when it all happened, I would like to say, well, just keep it moving, man.
Also, you partitioned your mindset to separate the immediate aspect in order to perform on such a hostile environment.
Take care of it like you did in school.
Keep it moving. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to both of y'all for your service to your country, because that's huge. Now, let's double back. I want to ask you a couple more questions, and we won't have you out here in this blistering sun so long. Another one of the things I love about y'all is that y'all always keep it real. You don't try to adjust to nobody's music or get on anybody else's platform. How did y'all adapt that? It's us. Now, it was not against the world, but it's us in this part of the world. We can accept you what you're doing, and rather you accept us, we're going to live our lives. How did you compress that piece?
You'd answer first.
It's just that to me. Like you said, you weren't wrong. You said it's kind of us against the world.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like every day we get up, I look at her, I'll be like, I'll tell her,
I'm glad you made it. That's what you do.
That's I'm gonna have to use this one. I'm glad you made it every day.
and then we just roll from there. It's like we do. What's the day plan? Jail. We'll go eat, and then whatever we make plans, we always call an audible.
I love it. We do
Call an audible on the plan.
But definitely,
Yes.
you know, we just live for us. You know, and everybody around us too. You know, it's all they can always come to us for help or whatever. You know, but it's like it's about me and her. You know, in the sense
I love
of me and her.
Yes.
We'll get in this pool by ourselves and play volleyball.
Like that. So you pretty much accenting the love that y'all share inside of this retirement mindset. Y'all love waking up to each other, which is a fresh new beginning for the both of y'all.
Well, for retirement for me, I can speak for me.
Got it.
Retirement is wonderful when you can actually enjoy the time with someone you want to enjoy time with. That's really important. See, a lot of times people continue to work because they don't want to stay home.
Right. Oh, you bringing up the elephant in the room now. Let me get a new side to stay away from this person.
But me personally, I enjoy spending time with my husband.
Nice.
You know, we really have fun, like best friends. I mean, and I always tell him, it's nice to have a best friend, and then it's also lovely when me and him, we cut it off and we become husband and wife.
Nice.
Because, you know,
So prior to
separate the two. You got to separate the two.
Listen, everybody, they're giving you the key not only to retirement at 50, but how to live prosperously with the person you're with in 50. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's it for me. It's like, I enjoy being with him. We love doing almost the same things, but the things that he may love that I don't mind jumping on the bandwagon and doing it with him.
Is that bandwagon called the cams out there, y'all, that I saw coming up in here? None of you. So she's been jumping on the bandwagon. You got his and her cams over there, three-wheelers.
Yes, the three-wheelers.
So y'all don't mind jumping on that. That's what you're saying, right?
I was against it at first because I had a bad experience
Right.
in a day, but then, man, I'm loving it. And I was like, yo, let's go, let's get it.
Yes.
So the neighbors know when y'all roll up on them, they're like, here they come.
Yeah.
Here they come.
But we're just trying to live. You know, it's like you said, it's retirement.
Yeah.
And this is a time where we really figuring ourselves out. Now, as kids are grown, we actually truly don't ever have to work again in our life.
Nice.
And it's just kind of getting out and just exploring.
But, you know, we always got these individuals that's going to be, because it's not on real estate, these are other folks saying, you know what, can y'all give us the 1, 2, 3? And is it a 1, 2, 3?
No, it's not.
Because, you go to the internet, there's always 3 steps to being retiring at 50, right? So give me a couple of things that y'all concentrate over the years that really made this possible.
I'll say this. My plan was, and this is real talk, as he was working, I was the retired one, but my plan was to make sure that I was good, that I could take care of the front end.
Gotcha.
While he did what he had to do, and I worked on his credit. I made everything great so that when it was time, then I was on the back end and he was on the front end.
Nice.
And so actually retirement's easy for us because everything that him and I do, we do it individually. We don't do it collectively.
Ooh, explain that now. That's going to be different for everybody.
Yeah.
You're going to explain that strategy.
Okay, so the strategy is as such. I live within my means, he lives within his means.
Okay.
Because you never know in life things may happen.
Oh, no.
And if they happen, you don't lose it all.
Mm-hmm.
You only lose some.
Mm.
And so, but if you put all your eggs in the basket collectively together, if something happens, y'all gonna lose all those eggs because y'all on 2 incomes and not 1.
Nice. So to power down toward, if you can't survive independently, what were we doing collectively? We're just making ourselves victims. There's a book out called, The 2 Income Trap.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 Income Trap. And the person that wrote that book is Senator Warren, I believe. And she said that what happened if something happened in the family where you got everything together,
Yep.
you're both at fault for the debt, for the credit, for the obligations.
Speaking.
And what happened is it destroyed both family members. But if you independently work that, then if something happened you could fall back. This is some good stuff,
Yes,
ladies
I
and
mean,
gentlemen.
he has his own account. I have my own account. And then we do business together because we are business. Like, this here's a business. A lot of people, they be like,
Family as a business.
it's a business.
Okay.
We're married. Yeah. No, yeah. So look, but it's, I see things as a business.
Gotcha.
We're married, absolutely, and we're one. But everything that we do, I see it as a business. Business can they can fail or they can do great.
That's right. That's right.
So, everything that we do individually has to be on a business mindset.
Gotcha. So you approach the life and love and the freedom as things you should be doing as if it's a business to make what y'all doing enjoyable without the stress.
Absolutely.
So it removes the stress of just family and love. So you can't point to each other like you're at fault because the business part of what we're doing may be the fault, but never y'all.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice.
Now you're seeing our minds. Yeah.
I appreciate the fact y'all let me go ahead and get a glimpse of how you've got that. Folks don't know your actual age, so we just saying how to retire in the 50s. But some may think this is the higher 50s. We're talking about, I think you just turned 50, right?
I'll be 52 this year, but I retired at 39.
39 retired, 52 coming up, and it's all put together. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, based on what they're saying, it's doable. Everybody that's in union or independently can come up with a strategy. So, before we transition out, what 1 or 2 things, we'll start with you, Ray, that you want to leave with the audience so they can think about what they're doing and the importance of how living life now is important?
Well, I can say one thing for sure.
Go ahead.
When it comes to like marriage, picking the right individual.
Oh,
for me.
Oh,
For every individual. And I did just that for me. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just about like beauty, but she looked good. I give her that. You know what I'm saying?
watch it now.
Mindset of education. You know what I'm saying? This street. She's off from Chicago. She's from Jersey. And it's kind of similar. So, you know what I'm saying? I just picked the right person because I was a comfortable living kind of person. I was just, placed.
Look out. Okay. I ain't want to see you get used to play from the Himalayas. I didn't want to say that. But we was comfortable. You know them light-skinned brothers.
Yeah, you know.
If you're going to be like keeping it real, damn, I'll be sure looking dude. Man, what the hell's going on?
Love
Go ahead, brother.
Right. But no, just, just that, picking the right person and having that guidance, that nudge on the shoulder. Oh, let's go this way, babe. Let's go this way. And it being right, and it being the right guidance, you know what I'm saying? So
That's real.
that would be the main thing.
That's real. If you're gonna go into the afterlife and the aspect of retirement after a certain age, you don't want to go there with somebody you just can't stand. So if you get a choice to pick,
Yeah.
God doesn't help
That's right.
in that selection process.
No, he doesn't.
He's not involved in that process. He just left the union or whatever you got. This is what you got. So this is on you. But this is a great point. So thanks for that tip, and I hope you understand that selection of your mate is super important to the long game, not the short game. And Tara, go ahead and close us out.
Okay, so I have two.
Go ahead.
First one is health.
Ooh, health.
Health is very important because without health, you don't have longevity in life to even enjoy your retirement.
That's true.
So you have to love yourself and take care of yourself first and foremost. And with that, you're able to love and take care of others.
So first, like an airplane, it puts your stuff on first.
That's right.
In the event of emergency, then you can help others. I like that. Go ahead.
So I would say health. And then, as I always talk about that time, time is of an essence because the one thing in life, no matter what we do or how we do, we will never get it back, is that time. So
I agree.
use your time wisely. And if it's something that you want to do today, do it. Stop saying, well, in 10 years when I retire, because you have no idea
What's going to happen?
what's going to happen in your 10. And so I would say, absolutely, time is of an essence.
This is all time, relationship, and unity and planning. All of these things are evolving for everyone, but you're going to have to. And I like what you said that when you got involved with Ray, you looked at the front end, he responsible for the back end. That included cleaning up debt, cleaning up credit scores.
Oh, yes.
Cleaning up. You got to have that stuff in place before you do your final transition to I'm not doing nothing if I don't choose to do. And some people at the age of 50, 60 still swiping to enjoy themselves, so to speak.
Right.
And that's not something y'all advocate, right?
Oh, no.
No.
See, because that means now we're living above our means. If we got to swipe, we're living above our means. So, I believe in zero balance, me personally. Like I said, zero debt. If we buying cars, it pretty much needs to be paid off. If we go on vacation, it's straight cash. We is not debiting nothing. I mean, we straight debit. We don't have to take a loan out.
Sure.
Anytime we have to start doing that, then we need to pull back.
Yeah. So you can wait for that great vacation.
That's right.
If you save for it.
Absolutely.
You don't have to say, okay, I'm going to Paris, and you swipe that thing, and it takes you 10 years to pay it back. It kind of disrupts the future plan, does it not?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Especially that interest. That interest gonna get you real. See, it ain't the payment; it's the interest that they definitely ain't good. They give you that 29%. So you don't got $8,000 for a vacation, and you are spending $14,000.
Man, that's real talk. That's another segment. That's real. That's the numbers lady right here. She putting you down on game. That interest is the killer. That's cheap trip.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your time, the hospitality, allowing us to come into your house. I don't know if you want to be followed on social media. It's just your choice. If so, then you could easily go ahead and give them your social. If not, then we like, yo, catch me when you can, so to speak.
Yeah, catch me outside. Catch me outside.
Catch me on the cam or one of the. Well, we appreciate you very much. My name is Oliver. Most people call me the coach. We're going to wrap this up. And I tell you right now, you can live your best life. You don't have to wait to the end of your life to do so. But you got to make those choices, the right choices now. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.